In this tutorial we will make a server configuration file to store all the data, for example skins, attacker skin, defender skin, referee, CP time, for example weapon limits, sniper 1, spaz 1, other weapon limits, and anything else that you want to store. So first you might want to create more teams, for example attacker sub 4 and defender sub. So now we got all our teams, and each of these teams might have different skin. So come down here, type define max teams. So our teams, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams. So type 6. Remember they start from 0, so they run up to 5, but we still do have 6 teams, so type 6. Okay, now we need to make a skin variable, so a skin for each team. Come down here, type new skin max teams. So we're making skin for each team, some 6 skin variables. Now we have to make so this is our game mode folder, script files, attack, defend. So here we're going to create a config.ini file. First of all, let's create a path to our config file. So type define config path. You can call it anything. I'm gonna call it config path quotation marks. So now we need to find the location. So it's script file. So script files attack and defend, attack defend slash config.ini, close quotation. Okay, so now we created a path to our config.ini. Initially it doesn't exist in here, so we're going to create it as soon as our game mode starts, if it doesn't exist. So come to your on Gamemode init, type if isn't, if exist, config path. So we're saying if the config path, which is the config.ini, does not exist, then dini create config path. So if it doesn't exist, it will create the config path. Otherwise, if it does, then it won't do anything. So now you can compile. Okay, saying that we never used sample skin, but we will use it later on. So now if you open your script, if you look here on the script, it created the config file. So now we have our config ini, but there's nothing inside. Okay. Type else load config, just like we loaded base load extras. So if the config file does not exist, it will create config file. If it already does exist, then it will load the config file. We will load files. We will load everything from this, like skins and everything. So create load config. Here if you notice, our skins, the team skins are only set The team skins, we only set the team skin one time. And later on, if you want to change the, for example, the player team, then you need to change their skin as well. So you need to keep a record of the skin. That's why we made the skin variables in here. So for example, this one is attacker. So instead of typing 170, I'm gonna keep a record of this here. 170, 176, and 167. So instead of typing 170, I'm gonna type skin attacker. Here I'm gonna type skin defender, and this one skin referee. Okay, now we are loading our configs down here, so I'm gonna put this here because otherwise the value of these values won't be known. So first we need to load the skins. We need to give all of this a value, and once we give all of this a value, then we can add player class with that skin. So I'm gonna copy this, go to your load configs. Okay, in the load config, type skin attacker equals -int get config path attacker skin. So it will get the attacker skin. I'm gonna set the attacker skin in here manually. So attacker skin, don't give any space or anything. Just type attacker skin equals 170. Defender skin equals 176. And referee skin equals 167. Okay, I typed it manually here for this, for skins. So once we have this, then we're setting, if you see here, we're setting the skin attacker value to the value in here, attacker skin. So we get this value and we make it equal to this variable, skin attacker. Again, skin, I'm just gonna copy this, paste and paste. Can remove this one now. Defender referee. Defender referee. Okay. You can also type printf config server config loaded, so it will print down. Okay, it's just int. Doing stupid stuff now. Okay, saying server config loaded. So now we loaded the skins. Yeah, we loaded bases, loaded config.